We are in front of the fire station, taking off here from Jewfish Street onto Pescador Drive. We are in the town core of San Pedro, Amabergris, Belize. So this is Pescador Drive, which is also considered as the middle road or the main road of San Pedro. From here, we will be traveling up north over 9 miles north of San Pedro. Two main destinations we are heading. We have Secret Beach and also close to the end of where the road ends. That is, like I said, about 9 to 10 miles up north. So this is the roundabout that we are approaching. There is a roundabout. There is still two big supermarkets on both sides. So we're taking this way. From here, we will be going straight to the bridge. The bridge is not that far from here. As you can see, the roads are kind of busy, but there are times that it is heavily trafficked. Sometimes we have some larger truck back and forth, but as you can see right now, the road is kind of empty. Golf carts can be seen traversing. Also, we have bicycles, motorcycles. It's one of the fastest growing municipality in the country of Belize. You can see the different types of houses that are on the roadside. Most of them are some new homes recently built, and others are just homes that have been existing for a long time. We are approaching a new area called Boca del Rio. Where we started was San Juan. So from San Juan, then we have Boca del Rio. That's where we are approaching the bridge. That's a train station. We have local vendors, food vendors, more supermarkets, bars, restaurants, golf cart rentals. The taxis. There is a vegetable store over there. We have a bakery. That's the Casa Pan Dulce. During this time when the video was recorded, we were actually still in the rainy season. We call it here the hurricane season. That's what we call it during this time, from June to November. In town, we have buildings from 2 stories, 3 stories, 4, 5, and then more up north we will find even taller buildings from those big hotels. And up north, the population is smaller than here in the center of town, because it's mainly the big resorts that you will find up north. The residential area is here in the town. Big truck that just passed, followed by a taxi. There is another medium-sized truck. So those are going to the other side of the island. So now the road, it seems, is getting busier. We have tourists coming back and forth, tourists heading up north. Most of them are heading back to their hotels. They come to town to do their shopping, and then they go back. They usually rent golf carts so that they can travel back and forth. I just made a short stop here at that supermarket that you can see on the left hand side, the brown building. I just went to buy some snacks, and then after heading to our final destination. Like I said, up north we are heading about 9 to 10 miles north of the island. Okay, so now here we go. We are now coming out of the Boca del Rio and heading to the bridge. There is construction going on the other side, as you can see, and there is a big mega church. It's called the Sagebrush. And then here is the bridge. The name of the bridge is the Sir Barry Bowen Bridge. It's a narrow bridge, but for many years it has enabled people to cross to the other side of the island. Many vehicles cross back and forth, even the dump trucks, heavy equipment passes through that bridge. And this is now the main road up north. This road, as you can see, it is cemented, very well built, and it runs about 3 miles north. Then we're back again to dirt road. Taller buildings here. These are hotels. Big building is a 6-story, and this one is a 3-story. This is called Mara Laguna. This has been built for a long time here on the island. It has recently been refurbished. It's looking good. What we have up north, apart from hotels, we have a number of bars, restaurants, just like with the one that just passed. That was Rum Dad. And this one here is the Dive Bar, the one on your left. Then we have this one used to be a very popular restaurant during the pandemic that closed, and that hotel that is on that side, the one that you saw that says the hotel, that one is closed. It's not operating. And on that side you saw that bar that is called the Pirate's Treasure Bar. Another construction over there, and more construction here on this side. They're building, perhaps it's gonna be a hotel. More than likely there is private homes as well. The materials are there, and there is Crocs Sports Bar, and the other one that is Bamboo House on your left hand side, of course. A lot of vegetation on both sides. is because, like I said, this part of the island is not yet populated. On your right hand side you saw a bar. It's called the Par. Here we have several signs of other bars and restaurants up north. Marbox on that side. And then the famous truck stop is in our left hand side. That is the famous truck stop, very popular. You can come there and enjoy different types of food, drinks, and also just to spend a good time, eat some ice cream there. Have also another resort coming up here. Is called Akbal Retreat, a place very famous for yoga. That big sign is Sunset Carib, and that is part of the Caribville community. We are approaching now Rain Restaurant. The Rain Restaurant is at the 3rd and the 4th floor. That's the Beach Basket grocery store here up north. And this is now Grand Carib that we are approaching. It's a 5-star hotel. One of the largest hotels here on the island, which recently hosted the Belize Investment Summit.
Ah, no, solo voy a poner un sign allá, pero ando grabando también. Sí. ¿Qué horas vas a salir? Oh, bueno pues, ajá. Bueno.
There is a clinic that we are approaching. It's called San Pedro Urgent Clinic. We're leaving Caribville and there is still more to go. We are just like 2 miles away from the bridge. Sands Cove on my right hand side. There's the sign over there, White Sands Cove. There is still water from last night on the road. Some parts like here, the high tide that caused the water to cross from one side to the other. We're approaching the sign of Capricorn. At one time, this road was so messed up that only bicycles were able to cross here. Golf carts weren't able to cross because there used to be some big holes. Golf carts were unable to cross here. Only by foot and bicycle were the only way to come here up north. But thankfully, the previous government cemented this road. People can now drive here without having to worry about getting stuck on the mud. Here is the famous Captain Morgan's retreat. And now followed by Oceans 23, that is what is called this place on my right. And we continue more up north, more vegetation and less buildings. This is called Venecia del Caribe. This part of the island is slowly developing, but it's home more to resorts, restaurants and bars. Like I said, it's more businesses that you can find on this side. There is a few residential homes, but not like those in town. The end of the cemented road. We're back on rough road, and again there is just vegetation on both sides. There is no more cement, just rough roads. and we are approaching now Blue Dolphin. There is the sign, there is the Blue Dolphin. We are approaching the resort now called Las Terrazas. That's where you see those palm trees. That's called Las Terrazas. There's the sign, there's the gate. Hi, hi. Some tourists already coming back from Secret Beach. They come on bicycles. Now we have to drive a bit slow. There's some flooded roads up here. There is an abandoned building. This is one of the hi. This building has been abandoned. It looks haunted, dilapidated, abandoned, but people still live there. Believe that they are workers from Las Terrazas. Some development is happening on this side. It looks like a gate that they are erecting here, or a fence. Something that they will build soon. Might be another hotel, a resort that's soon to be built on that property. So now we're coming close to the entrance to Secret Beach. Only one side has vegetation, because on the other side they already cleared that, because most of those are properties that people have bought, and if they are being developed, they are being leveled with white marl. Some of them people already have built white marl. That's what they bring from the quarry that will purchase by loads. The dump trucks, they bring it. That's what they use to fill those lots. This is what they call the cut-off to Secret Beach. On my left hand side, that's where you go to Secret Beach. Now I am taking right now my right hand side, where this will take me to my final destination, which is close to where the road ends. The land is not fully developed. There is less buildings on this side. It's more considered jungle. Wild animals is abundant on this side. We have different types of game meat that people come and hunt on this side of the island. There is birds, there is deer, there's even jaguars, pumas, different type of wildlife that have been spotted, even fox, black panther, puma. says John's escaped the former home of the infamous, the late John McAfee, who fled the country a few years ago and now is deceased. He was imprisoned in Spain, and before being extradited back to the United States, he committed suicide in the prison. Probably this is about if I'm not mistaken, we're about 5 miles north of the bridge. A famous resort by the name of Mata Chica. Somewhere there in between those bushes, we'll see the sign that is Mata Chica Resort. Okay, it's right there on that entrance where those coconut trees. And that is the entrance. That's the entrance to Mata Chica Resort. And something that I forgot to tell you from the beginning is that on my right hand side where the vegetation is, that is the side that is facing the Caribbean Sea, facing the second largest barrier reef in the world. San Pedro is home to the second barrier reef in the world. That is one of the main attractions of San Pedro and the whole country of Belize. The second largest barrier reef in the Western Hemisphere. This road is in excellent condition at the moment, and I can tell it has recently been repaired, but if the rain continues, this might change. Approaching a resort now. This is called La Perla. On my left hand side there is lagoon mixed with jungle, while on that side those are private properties that have been sold and they are soon to be developed. Some of them are owned by locals and others by foreigners, but eventually there will be some more development on the left hand side, just like on my right hand side. Sides will be developed and the jungle might disappear, which is sad in one way because we are destroying the natural habitat of many creatures. Fences for Canary Cove, and we're still heading more. There's still more to go. The trip isn't done yet. We still have a long way to go. You are about to see more jungle, and perhaps if we're lucky we might see some animals. The time when you can see different type of birds and other animals will be mainly early in the morning or in the late evening. Which used to be Costa Maya before. from the town. Even though we are so far away from town, we can still meet people driving here back and forth. This is Ishtangha Resort. Different colors, beautiful wooden structure, and the jungle continues. More jungle. We are about 8 miles away from the town at this point. Alone on the road, there is still people coming farther away from where we are going. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up to my video and subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. This is considered a new community as new private homes are being built. These were as a result of lots that were distributed prior to the 2020 elections. twice to come and live in a remote area like this just to avoid paying rent. Grocery stores close to each other, and this community is growing rapidly. A few years from now, there will be supermarkets, there will be hardware, there will be beauty salons, and many types of businesses. That is for sure. Even a bar here. We are officially around 9 miles away from San Pedro town, and people are traveling here, people are coming up here, people live here. Like I said, people have moved in this area, a new community is being developed here. It's like a small village up here, but in a few years the population will grow soon. A few private homes owned by locals, but in the years to come that number is going to be multiplied. The farther we go, the narrower the road gets, meaning that we are coming close to the end of the road. Even though the road ends, people turn to the beach, they drive and continue until they reach far up north, where the beach meets with the reef, and that is called Rocky Point. are approaching here the famous Sapphire Beach Resort. That is the San Sapphire Beach Resort. So those who don't know where Sapphire Beach Resort is, this is where it is located. It's about 9 miles north of Amabergris. And besides Sapphire Beach is called Alum Oasis. The road is getting narrow and narrow. We will have to stop because some parts of the road are not that favorable. And this is our final destination. We will stop right here. Well, thank you for joining us on this virtual tour, driving 9 miles up north of Amabergris. And if this video serves to you as a guide map, well, feel free to use it and share the link with your friends. Spread the word, and of course, subscribe to the channel without forgetting to activate the notification bell so that you can enjoy more of my content. And don't forget to tune in to the second part as we will be showing you the road to Secret Beach.